So we're just casually suffocating people in broad daylight with plastic bags down. Just finished season 2, episode 3 of High Potential, so you know what that means. Grab a drink and settle in. It's time for our debrief. I love when they let us into Morgan's brain to add the comedy. It's always fun to see our button-up characters play these moments of comedy. When she was trying to narrow down heart transplant recipients and they turned around and her own mental image of all of the naked butts turned her off. I love those little moments of comedy. I like that we're starting to get more Daphne and Oz in the mix of things because I feel like there's such potential for them and they've both been great in other things. So I'm hoping that we get to see more of their individual stories. I was a little thrown off by how they were talking about time at the beginning of the episode. It seemed like Morgan had an extended amount of time since the last episode, but it also didn't feel like we talked about that anywhere else but that moment. Keep building up the romance of it all. And I'm really curious to see what the payoff's going to be because there's so much in how they're trying to navigate this relationship and the possibility of it and what it looks like when they do bring him back into her world and how long they keep him there, what that actually does to their family dynamic. But I think we're stuck somewhere in the middle right now of are his actions going to be forgivable or are we only ultimately going to see him as selfish? Now, this week's episode was particularly sensitive for me as somebody who's lost a parent to suicide, but I'm glad that we didn't hide away from the emotional moments and their intensity. I did have a moment of wondering how much fun it is for props to put together the crime board every week because it's so detailed. They're having to redo it all. They're having to add the little notes in. I feel like that would just be a fun part of the job for me. Being said, I feel like we always forget those moments in Morgan's mind have to be filmed. So all of those extras had to come in. All of them had to be given names. Photos had to be taken so that they could create these prop sheets so that Morgan can mark them off. There's all of this that goes into just even the most simplistic scenes. And then the fact that they put this heart in the case in the back to kind of sell it all. There's such attention to detail and how they show us and tell us and help us understand these complex things. And I love it. Did I think we'd see Morgan get arrested? No, but I feel like that was kind of the fun in it. We need to see that she is still reactionary despite how often she is a grown up in this. I'm really enjoying watching their mother daughter bond. Let me know in the comments below your favorite part of the episode this week, and I will see you back here next Tuesday for another debrief.